How do we look at this whole process and bring it up to date, make it efficient, and make it the best way possible?
Reduce cycle times and get better productivity.
How long has have you had Bramac Machinery?
Really start at the end of 2013.
Okay.
Was when we started Bramac, yes.
Yeah. Because I remember it being about, 2016 or 17 when you started talking to us and about Anka machines.
Right. And
I
don't know if you would have made a change unless we had that demo days at my old facility and you guys came out. Really more of as a favor to me than you were.
It was. I don't think it would have happened if we hadn't have had the relationship with you that we did, where it was kind of like you were going, hey, come on, check it out. Come down to our facility. And we're like, okay, well, Martyn's a good friend, so we'll humor him, I guess.
But I've got to drive 3 hours to get there.
Yeah.
in traffic.
Yeah.
But and then you saw something different about the company and about Anchor and the technology and and then we made that trip to Michigan on the coldest day of the year.
In January.
So,
in January, where it was
2 degrees outside.
That was
fun.
Yeah.
Huh?
Fun. All right,
fun's not the right word. It was stimulating.
Well, you weren't going to fall asleep unless it was from too much exposure. That's for sure.
Pretty much.
But I remember that trip was a good trip.
It was a good trip.
This was a massive breath of fresh air for me. I want to say yours was either the first or second machine that got installed, and I've been going through all the, I don't want to keep mentioning the other company, but going through the issues the other company were. Every time I sold a machine, it'd get there, there'd be stuff missing, or it wouldn't run, or there'd be problems. And with Anchor, not that there weren't any problems, but it was like it went in and it was turned on, it got commissioned, and the machine ran right away. And I'm wow, this is another breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
because we didn't have that previously. It was like, okay, well, I'll get the machine now, and maybe 4 weeks from now, it's actually running if I'm lucky.
Yeah,
as opposed to running 2 days afterwards.
Yeah,
I mean, if that's accurate.
Yeah, no, we had problems along the way with other brands, but I will say that one of the things with bringing the first Anka in is that it was kind of a reboot. Because different brand, different way that you set up the machine. I took it as an opportunity to look at the whole process instead of just having another machine that was, and how do we run this one compared to the other ones? But how do we look at this whole process and bring it up to date, make it efficient, and make it the best way possible?
Reduce cycle times and get better productivity. Yeah.
And that was largely when we looked a lot more at how do we organize this better? How do we have better setup sheets that go with the machine? So that, like say for a load length or a loader setting, something like that you might need to know, be kind of guessing what that number is at first. As we did more and more setups, we documented all of that stuff. So now our operators have a handbook that they work off of, and they can get this setting, that setting, and go. How we organized our hand tools, how we organized all kinds of stuff around the machine to make it easier. It was at that point where it was like, okay, new machine, new method, new way of looking at things.
Otherwise, you'd be answering text messages all the time or a phone call.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we got good support too. Is we had, obviously we had the part of the contract in buying the equipment was purchasing training.
Yes.
There on the shop floor. But we found that when we did run into a problem, we could get someone on the phone that helped us with it, and or a video call.
And not wait 7 days to get the call back, or 4 days or something.
Pretty much, yeah. And so that helped too.
That was also only, a month or two after getting the machine when a lot of the special project software that they wrote for us showed up and was done in relatively short amount of time.
You were actually amazed. I remember that because you're like, okay, they're saying this, but you're skeptical. You're not going to deliver, and I remember you saying, "Wow, this is really something different. We've got actually delivered on what they were saying about the right time frame.
Right.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah.
The other thing at the time, and I mean, we got a new person now, but Jerry Perkins, when he was a regional manager, was really supportive as well, I think.
Yeah.
And had been to you guys over the
Oh,
years.
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He advocated for us.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, obviously we've bought a lot of equipment now from Martyn from Bramac Machinery, and he has new stuff because he takes on other lines, and some of them we've said, nah, that's not for us, and some of it we have said, yeah, let's take a serious look at that.
Yeah, you have. I mean, you wouldn't say always, but most of the time you give me a chance with it.
Give you a
say, hey,
chance.
Martyn, yeah, this is worth looking at, or yeah, I don't think this is for us.
Yeah,
but you give me that chance to do that.
Right.
Yeah,
And I appreciate that, because if there is something on the market, whether it's, I don't know, a wet blast system for the coating chamber or a alcohol cleaning system that might be better than the aqueous ones that we're using now, and
or even we looked at
things that
that mill turn type equipment for the blank prep. I know that's a ways off, but I mean, it definitely could be a good feasible way to do it.
Yeah, we haven't prioritized that yet, but
no, of course,
we always take seriously what it is that Martyn has to share with us.
That's how we moved from using primarily Transor to having EBCO through our shop now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know that took.
They'll foot me on years on that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You could keep telling me about it. I'll never buy one of those. Or I think was one of the statements.
I don't remember
never
that,
but
that's probably
maybe it wasn't
true.
quite that strong.
Well,
it was somewhere close to that.
Well, I think that the equipment that we had from them, maybe 15 or 20 years ago too, is a lot different.
It's way different.
Very different now.
Yeah.
And
they've grown as a company also from where they were at back then. They weren't a leading sophisticated player of filtration equipment, and today they are, I guess, is how I would phrase it.
Yeah. No, I remember when you brought Fred Poppy.
Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah, and it was like, is this guy a salesman or an MMA fighter? It's
both actually.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
I have a funny story to tell about that actually. So during the pandemic, he was going through something. His girlfriend had cancer, and with the rules in Michigan, they were very strict with how many days you could work. So he had more free time than normal, and he couldn't go into the office. So he decided that, I don't know how old he is, 60 or something like this, he was going to start doing MMA fighting again, professionally. He lasted like 4 fights. He's a strong guy, but he got his ass kicked by this young guy so badly. I think he got like 3 broken ribs or some shit. It was like ridiculous. I was like, what are you doing, Fred? You're only not much younger than I am, and you decided to go back doing MMA cage fighting? Are you crazy? He goes, you got a point, He
was a character.
Yeah. No, we enjoyed working with him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's a good guy. It was funny, though. Some people stay engaged after retire, like Jerry's still involved in things. Fred, the day he retired, he was done.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the industry anymore. Finished.
My dad was like that.
Oh, really?
I don't think I will be, but...
I don't think I will be, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
No, I remember that from, I think, was it 99 or 2000, something like that, is around the time when he retired.
Yeah.
And we had the summer barbecue for his retirement party, and that was it. He was done.
Yeah.
Didn't ask questions.
Yeah.
The only time he came to work after that was to use the shop as an extension of his own garage.
Yeah.
So if he needed a tool that he didn't have at home, then that was his reason for coming to work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it wasn't.
I still remember him bringing his fishing pole to work, after he retired into the shop, and there was a loop that broke on it, and he was going to refasten it or something like that. And it's like, okay, all right,
He
that's
just
cool.
tinkered. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So everybody handles that stuff differently,
Yeah,
I guess.
they do. Yeah, they do.
My dad stayed working till like 86.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
He was designing machines and equipment
Oh my gosh.
on CAD until 86.
Oh wow. That's amazing. Your
Yeah.
dad's amazing. He's still alive too.
Well, thankfully, after the fall he just had, but he's doing better.
Yeah. How old now?
94, 95 in October.
94, 95. Okay.
He was driving, which was rather scary until he had the accident. So a month ago, he was still driving.
There you go. Well,
Goals.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be like him when I grow up.